Once, in a remote mountain temple, two monks named Daichi and Kai spent their days in quiet meditation and peaceful coexistence. The temple was simple, adorned with the scent of cedar and the muffled sound of streams running down the mountainside. Daichi was a diligent monk, known for his focus and profound understanding of the teachings. Kai, on the other hand, was known for his airy spirit, often lost in laughter and lightheartedness. One day, while the two monks were enjoying the warm afternoon sun, they started eyeing an old, tattered flag fluttering on a nearby hill. The flag had long since become a mere relic of another time, but its bright colors still caught the light of the sun. Major discoveries often emanate from the simplest beginnings, and it was during this seemingly trivial moment that a deep philosophical debate began. "The flag is moving," declared Daichi with conviction, pointing a finger at the errant fabric. "Nay, my brother," Kai proclaimed with a chuckle. "The wind is what moves the flag." The two monks continued their exchange, each elaborating on their interpretations of the movement of the flag and the forces that created it. A gentle breeze swept through the valley, increasing the flag's dance. What started as a light-hearted observation soon transformed into a fervent argument. Their words echoed amongst the tall pines and brought the attention of the temple's revered Zen master, Hoshin, who was quietly observing from a distance. Intrigued by their dispute, Master Hoshin approached them, his presence radiating calm. "What troubles you, my young disciples?" he inquired. Daichi, brimming with earnestness, pointed to the flag and proclaimed, "Master, my brother insists that the wind moves the flag, while I argue it is the flag that is in motion. Who among us speaks the truth?" Master Hoshin regarded them thoughtfully, a gentle smile dancing upon his lips. "Both are correct, but in the truth lies a deeper understanding." The monks exchanged puzzled glances as the master continued. "If we observe closely without attachment to our definitions, we might see that it is not the flag or the wind that truly matters in this moment. Rather, it is the perception, the understanding of motion, that we must examine." "But Master," Kai interjected, "how can we move beyond our differing perceptions?" To this, Master Hoshin beckoned them to follow him to a nearby garden where cherry blossoms bloomed. The petals were caught in a slight breeze, swirling and twirling in a circular dance. Observing the flowers, he instructed, "Perceptions, like petals, fall in many directions, yet they all return to the earth. Allow your understanding to fall as petals do, and observe without judgment." As they reflected on this, the monk felt frustration rise within him again. "Master, your words are beautiful, but they do not clarify how we achieve the enlightenment which you teach us." Master Hoshin chuckled softly. "Ah, enlightenment, the quest of all seekers. Have you ever chased it?" "Yes," they both exclaimed, their faces filled with a sense of purpose. "Then why have you not caught it?" The monks paused. They were both puzzled, yet deeply aware of their own entwining pursuit. Hoshin continued, "To chase enlightenment is to gaze at the moon reflected in a pond. You will only ever see the image of it, until you decide to let go of the ripples that distort it. To attain enlightenment, reflect upon your perceptions and embrace the stillness within." Despite the clarity of Hoshin's wisdom, Daichi and Kai found themselves harboring different types of ambition. They both desired to be like their master, to exude calmness and wisdom, but their approaches differed immensely. Each evening, after the sun set behind the mountains, they would meditate in silence, both understanding that the path to enlightenment is as personal as it is collective. One day, while Daichi was engaged in deep meditation, he experienced a profound moment. In a flash of insight, he realized that the argument about the flag symbolized his pursuit of truth. While he sought a definitive answer and hence peace, he was only spinning in circles, much like the flag he had so diligently argued about. That night, beneath the starlit sky, Daichi stepped outside. He came upon Kai, who had pulled a book of poetry from the shelf and was reading under the moonlight. As his eyes flitted over the verses, he laughed softly at the playfulness of the verses. Daichi looked at him and realized Kai was at peace, anchored in the moment. "Brother," Daichi said as he approached, "regarding our discussion about the flag, perhaps it is we who miss the essence of what is." Kai looked up with curiosity, setting the book aside. "What do you mean?" "Rather than focusing solely on whether the flag or the wind moves, perhaps we should contemplate the beauty of movement itself. Daichi suggested. Kai smiled, realizing the depth of Daichi's insight. Just as the waters reflect the moon, our understanding reflects our experience. Maybe in our disputes, we've overlooked the essence of existence that surrounds us. From that night onward, the monks began to share their small discoveries and insights with one another. What began as a simple argument transformed into an exploration of understanding, a commitment to seeing things from varying perspectives. One day, while cultivating the garden, they found themselves in the company of a traveler, a seeker of truth, much like themselves. The traveler asked the same question that Daichi once posed to Master Hoshin. How do I attain enlightenment? With a twinkle in his eye, Kai shared the wisdom they had gained. Instead of seeking answers from others, recognize that the high monkey lives within you. At this, Daichi laughed, having learned that the high monkey was symbolic of their restless yet enlightened nature, encouraging them to find freedom in self-inquiry. In that moment, they acknowledged that enlightenment was less about having the right answers and more about engaging authentically with the world, even in the mundane aspects of life. The path of enlightenment revealed itself as a tapestry of insights sewn from experience, laughter, struggles, and agreement. As Daichi and Kai grew older, they became known for their wisdom, but they also remained playful and humble, understanding that the journey was ongoing and that truths would shift ceaselessly like the wind. The lesson of the flag ultimately lingered in the air long after the arguments ceased, a reminder that sometimes the questions we ask lead us to contemplate far wider horizons. In the seasons of the temple, it is said that wisdom brings laughter, and laughter illuminates the path toward true enlightenment. In nurturing these truths, the monks inspired countless souls aching for deeper understanding, courage to question assumptions, and the grace to dance with contradictions. Pain and joy, movement and stillness, all weaving a greater story within the hearts of those willing to embrace both paths. Each time they heard the flutter of the flag, Daichi and Kai would smile, remembering their beginnings, recognizing that enlightenment is a continuous journey filled with blossoming petals of experiences, not just a destination. As we reflect on their journey, we recall that balance is key. In seeking enlightenment, let us not forget the joy in the process. Just as Daichi and Kai learned, we must learn to embrace the dualities of existence: laughter and contemplation, motion and stillness, seeking and knowing. Our stories, like their relationship with the flag, are not about being right or wrong. They are about understanding, growing, and engaging with the richness of life. Each one of us carries within us the potential for enlightenment, and like the flag in the wind, we reside in a state of ever-changing movement. So let us go forth and explore life with curiosity, compassion, and an open heart, for therein lies the true essence of our journey.